Hey everybody, welcome to the Master and Drum Whiskey Room. Apparently my intro did not want to work tonight, unfortunately. How we doing everybody? I have a little bit of a different camera angle tonight, so you guys can kind of see what I'm working with here. Hope everyone is doing great. It's great to be back. Had a crazy weekend, but a really eventful and amazing one too. So just want to say hi to everybody. Good evening. Let me see, almost 50 in the chat already. Yes, I'm clicking, trying to make that thing work. Yeah, I was kind of teasing you guys a little bit. Before we get into it, we have a bunch of you in the chat already. We had the Pregame Squad that was in the house. We had Trev Wilson, Brandon Elliott, Chad Wallace, Robot Scott, Tom R was here, Victoria C, Doug Tempest, Troy Forch, Steve A, of course, the great and wonderful Steve A, who I got to meet. Got to meet a lot of you guys over the weekend. Trev Wilson, we hung out. Victoria C, Robot Scott, of course. Brandon Elliott. Who else we got here? Let's see, Jason Grezik. I got to meet him at the event at the Bastards Ball. Let's see, who else? We got the Bourbon Buddies in the house. How you doing, guys? Thanks for coming in. ADHD Fishing, of course. ADHD Fishing just started a channel, guys. Go check it out. It's called ADHD Whiskey. It is gold already, and he's only done one video. It is internet gold. Joseph Brazo's in the house. What's up, buddy? Rebecca Page is here. Let's see. Ben Demon Hunter's in the house. Brian Brennicky. How are you doing, Brian? I got to meet Brian at the Bastards Ball as well. Also, his wife, Tammy. Just an amazing couple. Thank you guys for coming in. John, Whiskey Sipper Watson is here. How you doing, buddy? Let's see. Andrew Spirell is here. Dramman, Kentucky. Let's see. More people coming in. Tim Gargis is here. Whiskey Crusader Sarah. How you doing, Whiskey Crusader Sarah? Thanks for coming in, Sarah. Texas Whiskey Life is here. How you doing? That is Gretchen and Josh. Thanks for coming in, guys. Whiskey Crusader Will is here. Hope you're chewing on some bacon tonight. Tab A Key is here. More guys coming in. Awesome. Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the chat. Nick Foles, you got one of those new Baker's single barrels somewhere? I've heard some great things. Not yet, Nick. I'm working on it, buddy. Haven't seen it yet, actually. All right, so tonight we do round 2 of Blendageddon. I will reveal later which 4 participants are in the running tonight. Thankfully, I think 3 of 4 of you are in the chat, so should be pretty exciting. So I'm checking out that Four Roses 2019 LE tonight. It's good stuff. Oh, Chad Wallace, yes. Yeah, let me know how you enjoy that. I love that stuff. So hope I'm not too far away from you guys tonight. So yes, I will be one of the many channels kind of. I don't want to spend too much time recapping the Bastards Ball. I know you guys have heard a lot about it. But just from my personal experience, well, before I get into that, let's drink something. I poured a little bit of some WB Staffel from Wild Turkey here. I'm going to pour a little more. Let's get the palate warmed up. I just literally got my palate back from the Bastards Ball because you drank so much crap. So cheers to you all out there. Let me know what you're drinking. And let's get this night started, guys. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Oh, Karen B. Ford's in the house. How you doing? She is... What did she say? She's listening... Oh, she's listening in the car. Everybody thank Karen for finding me a bottle of that Little Book 3 that I reviewed today. So, thank you very much. Let's see. Okay, so... Let me just start real quick. Just some things I want to go over. Some really amazing things that happened while I was at the. Oh, Steve A. drank so much crap. I mean, good crap. So much crap, as in it was amazing. It was so amazing. Tom R is warming up with some JTS Brown bottled and bond. That is an amazing choice. I love that stuff. So over the weekend, while I was at the Bastards Ball, I don't know if anybody noticed, but my channel passed 5,000 subs. So, holy crap, that was so amazing. It just kind of happened, I was completely blown away. It was kind of a really cool celebration to do while I was there. So, thank you all out there who's watching, who's listening, who's supported the channel. 5,000 subs in a little bit over a year. I find that to be really, really cool. So thank you so much. Let's see. Also, to start off my trip there, I was with the Whiskey Crusader. So I got to hang out with Matt, Sarah, Will. I had some preview bacon before anyone else had it. I felt very, very special. Also got to meet, obviously we had the live stream last week. Matt and I, we had some amazing drams. You guys know Matt. He's just amazing and so generous with his whiskey sharing. Then I hung out with Sarah and Will. I got to meet their dogs, their cats. we had a lot of fun. We kind of did the road trip down there with them. Stopped and got kolaches and just oh my god, it was amazing. We had ended up going first to the vault, and thanks guys for the congrats. I appreciate that. Oh, Richie Z's in the house too. He's always here. Blake Martin's here. He's drinking Deanston 12. Just saw you. Yes. Oh my God, that bacon, it was so good. So we went straight to the vault, and I was able to pick up these two Eleanors, which were last year's bottles. This was the part of the first series that they released, but this is chapter 3 and 4. They've been sitting there waiting for me to get down, and I'm finally able to pick them up. So I can't wait to dive into those. And then we went to the Iron Root pick. I know I heard you guys. A lot of us were talking about it, but that is where we all got to see each other, all the whiskey tubers, and that was probably my favorite part of the entire weekend, honestly. I mean, the Bastards Ball was amazing, but kind of seeing everybody together and just hanging out and sharing in whiskey. And Josh Galladay, Gretchen was there. Obviously, Iron Root was there. Robert Licorice. And, I mean, the generosity and the time we had together was just amazing. Watching Aquavite walk in, watching Scott and Bart walk in. Bart was literally like 7'5", I think. I don't think he's 6'6". I think he's taller than that. It was really cool. I mean, got to meet, Chad and Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. Bourbon Blind was there. God, I mean, so many people. I can't even think of it right now. Vin from No Nonsense Whiskey. Obviously, I Whiskey, She Wines, Bobby and Sam. I was sitting right next to them having a great time. It was crazy. It was Iron Root and barbecue. You really can't go wrong with that. Then after that, we went to the vault. Even before we went in the courtyard and got to meet up with Daniel and Rex, we were already drinking some amazing stuff in the vault. It was crazy. Not in the vault, in the little kind of the waiting area. They have like a kitchen down there. And I tried I think it was a Glendronach 28 year. I think it was a Glendronach 28 or a Glengoyne 28. A circus, Compass Box circus spot. I mean, just incredible stuff. Then we got to meet Daniel. He kind of did this really cool introduction. The best part of that, I think, was him saying that, I know all you guys are content creators, you're on YouTube, but tonight, put the cameras away. Let's just share in community and share in whiskey, and let's get to the vault. And that was really the best thing. Oh yeah, Texas Whiskey Live Juicy Fruit Barrel was my favorite quarter of the weekend. So I don't know if you mentioned, we got to try the 5-year anniversary bottle of Iron Root called the Icor, and I remember tasting this stuff, and I I looked at Robert and I'm like, Robert, what the hell kind of juicy fruit barrel did you put this stuff in? All my really New York came out, and he started dying laughing because it was so fruity. It was amazing. The whiskey friend is here. How you doing, Alan? Thanks for coming in. I Whiskey, She Wines. How are you? Hey, we got Bobby and Sam in the chat. I was just talking about you guys. What a great time we had at Iron Root. It was an awesome time. It was so much fun. Then at the vault, obviously you walk in. It's kind of like vault shock. You don't even know where to go. You don't know what to drink. There's so much stuff in there. But the standouts for me personally were the Bunnahabhain 25, a couple of very, very rare Ardbegs that I tried. That were just amazing. I tried a 21-year-old Japanese whiskey, which was incredible. And then the Longmorn, Daniel's his coveted Longmorn bottle that he had was incredible too. So just really great stuff. Obviously, it's a little bit more Scotch forward in the vault than bourbon. There was a lot of bourbons there, but mostly stuff I had tried. There was a couple of unicorns in there. Everyone's here. Ahoy, how you doing, buddy? Hey, Guy Davis is in the chat as well. Thanks for coming in. Then we went to the La Quinta, where we got to meet everybody, which was amazing. Cap and Make It Happen. Oh, my God. Who else? I feel like I'm missing people. Oh, Patrick Cohn. It was a Glendronach Grandeur 27 year. That's what you brought. Yeah, Patrick Cohn brought a Glendronach 27 year, and it was insanely good. That was when my palate was fresh, so I was able to like actually taste it. It was incredible. So yeah, I mean, everyone we got to meet there. Victoria C, who's in the chat, got to meet her. Jason Greza, got to meet him. Cap and Make It Happen. Trevor Wilson. Hot Buttery Rolls is in the house. Got to hang out with him for a bunch. One of the funniest humans ever. Obviously, got to meet Steve A. I mean, it was ridiculous. Rebecca Page says, wouldn't it have been funny if everyone yelled, "We want Fireball, we want Fireball." Yeah, that would have been actually pretty sad. But the some of the standouts I got to try at that were a bunch of really good picks, including an Elmer T. Lee single barrel pick, which I've never even seen, and got to try one of those. It was actually really good. Then what else? And the next day was the event, and aside from everything that went on with Daniel and Rex being so accommodating, so friendly, and so gracious, we had the YouTuber courtyard, which we just all got to hang out, and it was just the best time hanging out with Eric Waite and Scotch Test Dummies, and I mean just everybody. Cask Strength was there. I Whiskey She Wines. I don't know, Aquavite, and I don't know if you guys saw that. I did a stream from there. I had the junkies there. We hung out. I mean, the bourbon junkies. It was just a hell of a time. Oh, yeah, Donald Rance, the Middleton, Dare Gaelic at Matt's. Oh, my God, that was amazing. That Middleton I had at Matt's house, even before we went there, was incredible. And actually, Matt took me to a buddy's house while I was there for 2 days. And this guy had all these travel exclusives that, that's what he does. His goal is to try to get bottles that Matt doesn't have, and there are these travel exclusives. And I got to try some just amazing, amazing whiskey. I can't even handle it. Then after the whole Bastards Ball, we went back to La Quinta, shared in some more whiskey. That's where I got to hang out with the junkies, Hot Buttery Rolls, Victoria C, the Davilars. We got to hang out on the patio back there. It was just amazing. And then to finish off the trip, the next day on Sunday, me and Hot Buttery Rolls, Chris, we went down to, he took me to Austin, downtown. We got some Mexican food, and then finished it off at Voodoo Donut. We had a nice dessert at Voodoo Donut. And then went to go to the hangout with It's Bourbon Night, where I got to meet Chad and Sarah. That's where I got to meet the Brennekes. Trev Wilson was there. A bunch of other folks. If I'm forgetting who you are, I'm sorry. Just there was so many people. And the highlight of that, where so much good bourbon was being poured, the one gem I got to try was the OFC from Buffalo Trace. That's that $2,500 bottle that It's Bourbon Night actually bought a 2-ounce pour. It was expensive, but they wanted to do it, and they actually did a formal review. So that look out for that, but it was pretty delicious. All right. So with that, and I'm done yapping my ass off over here. So it's time to get into the whiskey news a bit, because we did have a few. Well, first, before we do that, I want to thank my Patreons right here. I had a couple new ones that came in the last couple weeks, including Richie Redondo, Renita Rivas, Craig Finley, Patrick Fulmer. Had some really great new people coming in as Patreons, and I just wanted to say thank you to you guys out there for supporting. So thank you so much. It's been really great. So let's go into the first set of whiskey news. And not too much news to set the wire, but one that always makes me laugh every year when it's announced, because probably none of us get our hands on it, is this one right here. And that is the Van Winkles being announced. So every year, bourbon fans and black market resellers alike wait with bated breath for news of the Van Winkle whiskey releases. People camp out, drive hundreds of miles, and enter impossible lotteries like I do, all for a chance to score one of these bottles. While we don't know all the details yet, Buffalo Trace did release the suggested retail price for each bottle. So the Old Rip Van Winkles, the 10-year, is 107 proof, will come in at $70. And these make me laugh because you never see them at these prices. Old Rip Van Winkle Special Reserve Bourbon, 12-year-old, $80. The Van Winkle Family Reserve 13-year-old rye at $120. Then you have the 15, 20, and 23 Van Winkle bourbons coming in at $120, $200, and $300 respectively. So, yeah, good luck for everybody trying to get one of those. Next up, we have the Bakers. Somebody had mentioned it in the chat earlier. This is a beautiful bottle, guys. I really like this bottle. Actually reminds me of the Legent bottle a little bit, if you guys had seen the Legent that they released. Baker's Bourbon has long lived as one of the unsung heroes of the Beam Small Batch Bourbon Collection. I've always said that. Brands like Booker's and Knob Creek get the lion's share of the spotlight, yet Baker's was always a reliable, nice high-proof bourbon. Now it's time for Baker's to shine. Beam has announced it will transition exclusively into a single-barrel bourbon and receive a new bottle and packaging, as you see here. This will take over the original small batch releases, which will be phased out. It will continue to be bottled at 53.5% ABV and be aged for 7 years. The new bottles will display the barreling date as well as the warehouse it's aged in and the exact barrel age. This is available now nationwide, though in limited quantities. It carries a suggested price of only $60 per bottle. Also with that, Beam plans to release the additionally aged Baker Single Barrel Bourbon 13-year in the fall of 2019, which is also a limited time offering, comes in a premium gift box. That one will be available nationwide as of this month, and it has a suggested retail price of $100. So that is next. Oh, wait, I think we just got a super chat here. Let me check it out. Hanging out with you this weekend was like seeing an old friend. Always a pleasure, buddy. We look forward to the next get-together. Thank you so much, Whiskey She Wines. I really appreciate it. Everyone give it up for Bobby and Sam. Thank you so much. I don't have the symbol here because I was moving stuff around, but cheers to you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys. Always a pleasure hanging out with Bobby and Sam. We had a blast. Cheers. For every super chat, I will say something in New Yorkanese. I'm going to go drink some water. Okay, there you go. Dram Man, did the Van Winkles not release that bottle count like BTAC? No, the bottle count hasn't come out yet. So let's get into the next whiskey story, which is Larceny. We were actually talking about this one at the event. Heaven Hill launches the Larceny Barrel Proof Bourbon nationwide now. It's going to come in the form of oh wait, somebody just popped in to say hi. Who's that? Oh, that's Alan. Thanks for coming in, man. It's late there. 200. What does that say? Oh, 2:20 a.m. Man, thank you so much, Alan, for coming in. Appreciate it. So this week, Heaven Hill announced for the first time it will expand the Larceny Bourbon line with Larceny Barrel Proof Bourbon Batch A120. Heaven Hill plans to release 3 allocated batches of year starting in January 2020. The second batch will come in May, followed by the third in September. Each batch will have different proof and will consist of barrels that are 6 to 8 years old. They will kind of follow the alphanumeric naming convention where the letter denotes which of the 3 annual batches it's part of. The first number will say the month, and the following 2 numbers will be the year, kind of just like the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This will be bottled at, the first one's going to be bottled at 64% ABV, non-chill filtered with a price of $50. So what kind of sucks is the people that already bought the Larceny Barrel Proof for $100, that was limited, but now everyone's going to get their hands on it a little bit, hopefully. Next is a really interesting one out of Few Distillers. So Few Spirits released a tequila-aged bourbon with a band, Alice in Chains. So for all of you Alice in Chains fans out there, they just announced this new collaboration whiskey with Alice in Chains called All Secrets Known. The whiskey takes fully matured Few bourbon, then finishes it for 6 months in tequila barrels. This is not the first time Few has partnered with musicians to create a whiskey. They also partnered with the Flaming Lips back in 2016 to create the Brainville Rye whiskey. This is a limited edition bourbon release and will only be available in California, Colorado, Illinois, New York, and Washington. It is bottled at 50.5% ABV and has a suggested price of $75 per 750 bottle. So if you're Alice in Chains fans, that one is for you. Next up is the Templeton Rye Whiskey Maple Cask Finish. This is the first release in Templeton's limited edition barrel finish series, and it's a maple finish. Templeton collaborated with Woods Vermont Syrup Company to season ex-Templeton Rye American Oak barrels with maple syrup. Woods produced the maple syrup at its Vermont farm and shipped it to the Templeton distillery in Iowa. There, the Templeton team seasoned 8 empty Templeton barrels with the maple syrup, turning them twice daily for 2 months straight. Only 24,000 bottles were produced for the global market. It's bottled at 46% ABV with a suggested price of only $35. So, might be worth a try for those of you out there that like really sweet stuff. And last but not least, this is for you, Donald Rance. If you are watching, and Whiskey Crusaders alike, Irish Distillers announces Middleton Very Rare 2019 and 1825 Room Members Program. So marking the 36th release in the Middleton Very Rare range is this Middleton Very Rare 2019. Uses the oldest collection of casks ever used to create a Middleton Very Rare release. It's a combination of hand-selected single pot still and single grain Irish whiskeys in lightly charred ex-bourbon American oak barrels for between 13 and 34 years. In addition, the release comes 1825 Room, which is an online members program. The program offers exclusive content and features about Middleton Very Rare. In addition to the content, the site includes an exclusive store offering 5 rare vintages for sale for 1 month. Middleton Very Rare 2019 is bottled at 40% ABV and is available globally starting in October this month with a suggested price of 198 American dollars. So, and that, folks, is the news. So, hope you enjoyed that, guys. That was a lot to get through. I want to mention something Robot Scott is bringing up in the chat. When we were at the Bastards Ball, hey, we just got a subscriber. Nice. When we were at the Bastards Ball, let me see, it was Balcones had, let me see, what was it called? It was called the Juntos, Juntos, and it was the Balcones single malt finished in tequila barrels, and it was absolutely glorious. Unfortunately, it's a distillery-only release, so for those of you in Texas, yeah, it's amazing, and it's coming soon. So, all right, and with that, are you guys ready for round 2 of Blendageddon? Okay, because I am. We have some heavy hitters tonight, guys, that we're going to get into. But first, we're going to play a new game here. It's been a while. I haven't gotten any good samples out to you guys lately. Because, I love... Oh, the Oak and Smoke Whiskey Reviews just donated $1.99 through the Super Chat. Thank you so much, man. That is from Brent. Thank you so much. Go check out Brent at the Oak and Smoke Whiskey Reviews if you haven't already. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Cheers to you. My New Yorkese, let's see. Usually when I got to call my mother. So that's my New Yorkese. Here we go. Cheers. Hey, Eric Waits in the house. I just saw your buddy D.H. Silva's here. D.H. Silva says Supernova is like Octomore, only you get kicked in the balls. Oh, from the Ardbeg Octomore. I'm sorry, Ardbeg Supernova, which I just picked up in Texas. I got a bottle, so I got to talk to Matt. He has it. He's got to ship them over to me. Let's see. We have 110 in the chat. Awesome. So we're going to play a little game, guys, and it's going to be called Let's Make a Whiskey Deal. That's right. I just came up with this about a half hour before the chat. Figured it'd be a lot of fun. So if you guys have watched my earlier streams, I play a game called Guess the Bottle. I show you a shape of a bottle. I show you the silhouette, and the first one to guess what that bottle is the winner. But tonight, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you the choice. So if whoever gets the bottle right will have a chance to either try some Maker's Mark 101. This is the distillery only release. Well, actually, I think it is in some stores, but kind of hard to get. It's the brand new Maker's Mark 101. If you have the chance, you could do that, or you can take whatever is in the box. So let's go with the first round. Oh, wait, we go. Every store in Columbus has it. Oh, it does? Oh, I haven't even seen it. Well, I haven't been in Columbus in a while. I've been traveling. Russ Woodman, good to meet you at the ball. And yes, I'm actually watching. Oh, awesome, Russ. Thank you so much. Finally made it home. Cheers, brother. Oh, Richie's home now, safe. Dark Meat Chicken comes in. Congrats on 5K subscribers. Cheers. Thank you so much, Dark Meat Chicken. I appreciate that one. Take care. Thank you very much. Oh, man, I'm running out of New Yorkese here. Yeah, I kept saying, everybody at the Bachelor's Ball was just like, Jay, say water. So I kept saying water. What else? Oh, I say marshmallow, kind of like in New York, a marshmallow. So that's kind of a funny one. That's a little bit different. All right, so yeah, what's in the box? Dram and Jephthah could be in the box. So, all right, guys, so get ready. Before we get into the second round of Blendageddon, here comes the whiskey silhouette. The Bourbon Road at the Mash and Drum. Don't forget the Woodford Chocolate Malted Rye release. Are we allowed to talk about that? So if everyone knows Jim Shannon, the Bourbon Road, amazing podcast. If you haven't tried it out yet, I've been talking to him. Definitely do it. Eric Wade says, I'm having Bobby's baby. Don't tell Sam. Oh, man, Eric. Dude, Eric is even funnier in person than he is on chat, man. It was so cool to meet you, man. All right, guys, get ready. Here comes the... Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that one next, Dark Meat Chicken. All right, here we go. Here comes the first bottle, guys. Get ready. Here is bottle 1. First one to guess what this bottle is will get a shot at the Maker's Mark or what's in the box. No guesses yet. Oh. Nope. I knew this was going to happen. A lot of people were guessing Elmer T. Lee. It's not Elmer T. Lee. Joseph Brazo. Got it. It is Wathins. Threw you all off there a little bit. I know a lot of people are going to guess Elmer T. Lee. It's pretty much the same exact bottle, but it is Wathins. So, for that, Joseph Brazo, do you want to go with the Maker's Mark 101 to try, or do you want to see what is in the box? I'll let you make the deal. All right, Joseph. Everyone's waiting. Everyone in the chat, help him. Should he take the Maker's Mark or pick what's in the box? It could be something good, could be something terrible. I don't know. I am trying to get rid of that Jephthah. Eric Waite's never heard of Wathins. Yeah, it's just a single barrel bourbon. It's pretty good. Oh, Joseph Brazo wants the box. Okay, what's in the box? Oh my God, it is. And I hope you don't have this yet. It's Little Book 3, The Road Home, the one I just reviewed today. So congrats, buddy. I hope you don't have this one yet. No, the first one I saw, no, Rebecca Page, he said, do I go back? Dram Man. No, Dram Man his first guess was Elmer T. Lee, and then Joseph Brazo got it. So, boom, baby, boom. You always go for the box. All right, I'm going to get this out to you. I'll contact you, Joseph. I have your contact information, so congrats. You get a sample of Little Book 3. Congrats, buddy. We're going to do this again later with another choice after we run through the tasting here, guys. So let me just write down Joseph. He gets the Little Book 3. Perfect. All right, guys. It is time to go for the Blendageddon. And while I'm setting up, I'm going to show you tonight's contenders. And like I said, 3 of them are in the chat tonight. And here they are. We have Scott Ayers, also Robot Scott. We have Dusty Dan Trout, ADHD Fishing, and the winner just tonight, Joseph Brazo. So all 4 of you guys are in the running tonight. I have your blends right here. Let's go back to the main scene here. Here, this was really cool, actually. You guys actually named your bourbons. You named your blends, which is really cool. This was ADHD's blend called Mashup, which was very fitting. I actually really liked Scott Ayers, Robot Scott. He said, what if Willy Wonka made a bourbon? That was the name of his blend. The Dusty Dan's was just Dusty's blend. And Joseph Brazel just simply said on his, drink me. So those are the 4 contenders tonight. So I'm going to mix these up. I have not tasted, smelled, done anything with these yet. So I'm just going to mix these up and see where they fall. So, Tom R., be honest, the box had Jeppson's Malort in it, but you don't have the heart to send that poison. No, but maybe the next one does. That's right. You always go for the box. All right. All right, here we go. Let's get set up here, and let me just write down my my little. I have my chart set up. Okay. All right. All right, guys. Good luck to all of you out there. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's go with the first one here. This one smells like Fruit Loops, like a bowl of fresh Fruit Loops. Sunday Evening Scotch says, wow, your 1792 barrel pick has opened up wonderfully. Got through a third of the bottle over the summer and hadn't revisited it in a while. Great stuff. Yeah, it really does open up nicely. Glad you're enjoying it, man. Is Dusty Dan here? I didn't see. Did he come in? I'm waiting to see Dusty. Is he here? Hey, William Davilar's here. I didn't see you come in. Got to spend some time with William Davilar and his lovely wife. We had such a great time. It was pretty awesome to hang out with you guys. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, this smells like a bowl of Fruit Loops with some vanilla extract poured on it. Definitely a good amount of oak. It's got some light caramel. It's extremely sweet on the nose. This one has a really nice nose. This one's extremely sweet, very inviting. One a little bit something for everyone. Let's go for a sip. Woo! That one already came in with the proof. It's got, holy Lord. That is just coming down like, man, that is a spicy finish on there. It's a little bit drying. That is like 2 shades of wonderful. You get the super sweetness up front. Mid-palate, you taste the Fruit Loops. And then it goes back into this really nice finish. Let's go for another sip here. Donner Pass. Is there a bourbon and Scotch category in Blendageddon? We did the Scotch. I already did the Scotch one before I started the American whiskey. I only got 4 Scotch blends, and Jason Coates was the winner. So, Dramman says Tricks is better than Fruit Loops. You know what? I would probably agree with that. I think I did like Tricks better than Fruit Loops growing up, but Fruit Loops has a very distinctive smell. Oh, you know what cereal just came out that I'm eating because it's like just like near Halloween? I just got a box of Frankenberry, Count Chocula, and Boo Berry. Yes. My favorite cereals of all time. I know you guys like it out there. This is a damn fine blend. This has a good amount of proof. It's a little bit drying on the palate though. It's really just all heat and alcohol on the back end. I'm not getting a lot of spice. I just kind of feel alcohol. There's a difference between on that finish when you get like that little bit of a tingliness and then just kind of straight up alcohol. This one is just a proof monster. Let's go for one last sip here before it burns my palate out. Oh. Yeah, this one, the nose on this one is incredible. This one has a really great nose. The palate is extremely sweet, but the finish is just like pure alcohol and heat. It's a little drying. Okay. Let me drink some, you know what, some water. All right, guys, let me leave that there. Let's go into the nose on number 2, which I think is the darkest of all 4. Guys can look at the color of that one. That one has a nice color to it. Check that out. Tom R says, Quisp or Quake, or are you too young for that cereal? I don't remember that cereal at all. I don't know what that is. Try the new Drumstick ice cream cereal. It's awesome. The Drumstick made a cereal? That's nuts. All right, now we're getting like some serious cereal conversation right now. Duran Man says, did you know there are 5 monster cereals? What? What are the other 2 monsters? There's Boo Berry, Count Chocula, and Frankenberry. What are the other 2 monsters? I don't know. What is that? I'm getting very like New York now because I'm a little pissed. I don't know about these other 2 monsters. Sunny Evening Scott says, I get Fruity Pebbles on Tomatin 12. Yeah, Fruity Pebbles is one too. Hey, Scott from My Bourbon Journey's in the house. What's up, Iceman? How you doing, buddy? We miss you in Texas, buddy. I can't wait to see you again. Now this one, B, has a really nice nose. This is caramels and deep rich vanillas. This is creme brulee with raspberry sauce on it. Some cinnamon. A little bit of a leather kick in here too. I'm wondering if there's some older age stuff in here. Rebecca Page, you need to start incorporating Forget About It into your streaming vocabulary. I feel like that's like for Brooklyn people. I didn't grow up in Brooklyn. This is New York, so I feel like Forget About It is, if you're from Brooklyn, that's what you can do. Hey, the Rock Gut Reviews with a $6.90 super chat. Great to meet you this weekend. Have a great night. Ed was one of the best people I met too there at the Bastards Ball. The dude is hilarious. He is also, again, like 6'5". If you guys don't follow the Rock Gut Review on Twitter, definitely go check it out because he brought this god-awful whiskey to the Bastards Ball, and he filmed all the whiskey tubers and some of the other the guests that were there and everybody that was hanging out, just anyone he could find to try this stuff, just to get our impression on it. I won't tell you the results, but all I could say what the label said, it said a whiskey that was, I think it said a Scotch-style whiskey made in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So you could kind of guess maybe how that went. But it was absolutely hilarious. Ed, thank you so much, man. Cheers. People already, Brian Brennick got to try it. It was terrible. It was awesome. Oh, it was shit, man. It was so shitty. Oh my god! But the reactions were amazing. Obviously, Bobby and Sam had an amazing reaction to it. So you can check that out. It's actually on YouTube too. So definitely go look for that video. Yeah, the nose on this is even better than this one. This one has, it feel like it has some age to it. Some, like I said, that creme brulee. It's like a vanilla custard. It smells like it's going to be creamy. Oh, then Eric, wait, yes, I got to try the Glyph molecular whiskey. I'm not sure which one was worse. That Glyph stuff that was the weirdest thing I've ever tasted. It didn't taste like whiskey. It tasted like a cross between nail polish remover and, I don't know, pick a mythical creature and then, like, that mythical creature is like piss. It was the weirdest thing I've ever tasted. Yeah, Captain Make It Happen. He had it too. He couldn't even swallow it. All right, I'm going in for the taste here. Here we go. Oh my god, that's really good. Wow, that blend, sweet, a little bit of pepper on the front of the palate. It is creamy as it smelled. Coats the palate. Spicy finish. Damn, the nose exactly matched the palate. Here we go. I love that. That smell, that actually tastes like, what's Christine Deems, her blend last year. I wonder if they just recreated it and then submitted it. That'd be pretty funny. Oh well, okay. So better or worse than Jephthah? Oh God. I don't know. It was a different kind of bad. Like the stuff that Ed brought tasted like rotten grapefruit juice, but the Jepta just smells like a basement or tastes like a basement. I don't know which one you would prefer. They're both pretty bad. Nick Foles, what's your favorite New York pizza joint? All right, so there's actually it's kind of close to it's close to, oh my God, the name of it is escaping me. It's a name. I have to look it up, but it's actually close to Madison Square Garden. So if you're ever near there, it's on the back side, on the 8th Avenue side of Madison Square Garden. You just got to walk down a couple blocks, and it's right there. That is my favorite pizza joint. They make such amazing pizza. But I have to remember the name of it. I'll look it up. Just remind me to look it up later before I sign off because I know it's there. Hey, Juliet Miranda's in the house. How you doing, Juliet? Thank you. She is from Bourbon Soaked. If you guys haven't checked out Juliet Miranda at Bourbon Soaked, definitely go check out her live stream and her channel. She does a great job. Really great production quality on her channel, too. I'm going to be live with her on this coming Monday talking about our favorite bourbons or whiskeys to drink in the fall. So all you guys in the chat, definitely tune in on Monday night. For that, I'm going to be a guest host on her show. And we're going to be talking some great whiskey. So definitely check it out. Welcome into the chat, Juliet. Take care, Brandon. Oh, night, Ed. Ed's going to sleep. Take care, Ed. Whiskey Crusader Will, great video today, buddy. Oh, thank you so much, man. I think you're talking to me. I really enjoyed doing that. That little book is just amazing stuff. And it's getting better as it gets with more air into it, too. B tastes like a really good Four Roses pick, like an OESV. It's fruity, it's mouth coating, it's creamy vanilla, spicy finish. That's really good. That one's going to be tough to beat. All right, so let's go with this one. All right. Get some more water here. Tom R, is it New York Pizza Suprema? I don't know, man. I got to look it up. I can't remember the freaking name of it. I haven't been there in a while. It's definitely not a Ray's Pizza because there's 100,000 of those in New York. It's not Ray's Pizza. All right, let's go into the third one. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, trying to get a nose on this one here. Hey, Blind Whiskey Reviews in the house. What's up, John? In a couple weeks, I'm going to be doing a live with Blind Whiskey Reviews, John. We both send each other some blind samples. Going to be doing that live on his channel. So look out for that. Some of the best pizza that I know of in New York is in Brooklyn. You have what the hell is it called? God, the bourbon's getting to me. I'm getting like senile here. There's a couple of places in Brooklyn. There's Ernie's that makes incredible pizza. Just some incredible pizza places. Oh yeah, Lombardi's is really good. That's a really good call out. Let me see. There's another one in Brooklyn I want to mention. DeFara's. That's the one. How could I forget DeFara's? DeFara's Pizza in Brooklyn is amazing. It's the same little old man making it. It's a very simple sauce, basil, perfectly thin crust, cheese and oil, fresh mozzarella, fresh basil that he cuts with a scissor all over the pizza. Oh, I love it. I love DeFara's Pizza. This has a really nice nose, too. This one is really sweet. It's not as bold as B, but a really nice sweet nose. This one is extremely, extremely vanilla heavy. This is like vanilla extract in a glass. It's got a little bit of, you definitely get some oak in here, some oak char. I want to say there's maybe some turkey in here. There's a lot of cinnamon going on, too. Allspice. Man, it's weird. Like, if you don't have whiskey for a few days, you feel like your nose is like on point right now. Hey, Victoria C comes in with a $5 super chat. She says, congrats on 5K. Thank you so much, Victoria. It was awesome to meet you at the Bastards Ball. Thank you so much. She gets the Dancing Ron Swanson. Thank you very, very much, Victoria. I really appreciate that. So for the idea before, thank you, because we hung out the 2 Utes. So thank you very much, the 2 Utes. Thank you. Oh, 3 is really good, too. Oh, man. This is going to be tough. 3 is really good. That one is just that is a caramel bomb. Oh, and I'm getting some apple in there, too. That's like a caramel apple. Wow, that's really good. Oh, man. This is going to be tough. That one's really, really good. Both of these, so far, these 2 are just stellar blends. While this one is a little bit more oak, fruit forward, a little bit more of a creamy vanilla, this one comes in with this apple caramel and also some spice on the back end. Just amazing stuff. Thank you, Richie Z. Appreciate that. I mean, just really, really good. Robot Scott says the stress is killing me. Yeah, Robot Scott, his blend is in here somewhere. I don't know which one it is, but if it's one of these 2, you're doing pretty good so far, buddy. Wow, C is really good. This is the apple caramel bomb. So good. Good finish. See, the finish on this one is a more of a sweet finish, but it just lingers on and on and on. Whereas this one is a more of a spicy finish. So it just kind of depends on what mood I'm in here. Let's go for another sip of water here. Sorry, I'm just trying to catch up to the chat here. Johnny Drum said, I went from Beam Distiller's Cut to KC 120 tonight. No question, the KC is a banger for $42 a steal. Absolutely. You'll hear most of us bourbon lovers just carry on how good of a steal Knob Creek barrel picks are. I have 2 sitting down there that are almost 15 years old, and they were like $45. I mean, amazing. So, Juliet Miranda coming in with a $10 super chat. You get the Dancing Ron Swanson. Thank you so much. Cheers to you. Great pours, Juliet. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to hang out with you on Monday on your live stream and talk some really good fall whiskeys. I have a cool list in mind I'll be sending to you and your producer really soon. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it, Juliet. That was really nice of you. Take care. Awesome. Yes, definitely great pours. All right. I got some water in me here. Let me get through here. Let me get ready for the last one. So far, these 2 are the leaders of the clubhouse, these middle ones. We're almost there, Robot Scott, so we got one more left here to try. Here we go for the nose. Oh, this one, too, has got a good nose. Jesus. This one is also, they're all very slightly different in their own way. This one was kind of this one was the fruit bomb. Like I said, this was this was all like Fruity Pebbles or Fruit Loops. This one was just a caramel creme brulee bomb. This one comes in like a caramel apple. And then this one has a little bit. Hey, Joseph Brazo comes in. Now he's basically bribing me. He says, pick mine. Cheers, Joseph. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for submitting a blend, because the more the merrier. So thank you so much, man. Todd Kwarzinski is drinking his Luxro 12-year double barrel. Wonderful, brother. Love it. Yeah, it's good stuff. I actually have one right here. I have one right here. I'm going to be reviewing this very, very soon. So. All right, so on number 4, this is probably the oakiest I've gotten on the nose of all of them. It is sweet too, but I'm getting a lot of barrel char on number 4. I'm also getting a little bit more of a rye spice on this one too. I think there's some proof to this one as well. All right, let's go for a sip. Here we go. That one is super fruity. I was getting apple, pear, orange. Yeah, a lot of citrus on that one. Really good. Good spicy finish. I feel like there's either a rye or a high rye bourbon in that one because it's very, very citrus forward. I like that one a lot. Let's go for another sip. Oh, man. This one's really tough. Oh, God. This one's really good, too. You guys, all four of you really brought it tonight. Very citrusy on the palate. A lot of orange, a lot of spice. This one reminds me a little bit of the Rebel Yell 10-year, which has a lot of that orange spice to it. A lot of that, it's very savory. I think there's a good amount of a rye kick in there. That one's really nice, too. This one's going to be rough. Round 2 is turning out to be... This is a tough round. All right. I'm going to taste them all real quick. Just one sip each. See which one makes kind of the most impact. And then we're going to grade them and find out who moves on to the next round. You guys are having a good time in the chat. Yeah, so as a quick recap, guys, so if you guys missed round 1, Rebecca Page, who's in the chat, got first place. So she's making it to the final round. And second place was Bourbon Apprentice, so he makes it to the consolation round. So we're going to pick 2 out of the 4. The top one will move to the championship round. The second one will move to the consolation round. Both winners from that round will get prizes. And those will be revealed a little bit later on as we get closer. We have 2 more rounds left because I got 16 total blends, which is just crazy. All right, let's go back to letter A here. Again, this one was very good. It's very proof forward. It's a lot of alcohol. It's still very drying. It's very fruity, though. This one was the Fruit Loop Bomb, or maybe Fruity Pebbles or Tricks. Pick a damn cereal. I happen to love Tricks probably out of all the... Well, no, Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles, I'm getting on the cereal kick again. Fruity Pebbles is damn good. And I love the after milk. You guys know the after milk I'm talking about? After you eat cereal, then the milk is just left, and then you drink the milk because it's flavored like the cereal. I call that after milk. I love it. Actually sounds kind of gross when you think about it. All right, so that one's kind of a proof monster, but definitely fruity. Robot Scott is dying. Oh my God, just pick. All right, here we go. This one now. B is really good. That is just everything you want. It's creamy. It's viscous. It's got a really nice spice on the back end. It just... Hot buttery rolls. It's probably Dickel. Yeah, so we were hanging out with the bourbon junkies on the patio, and every single barrel pick that comes out. And I went to Specs with the bourbon junkies too. We were hanging out in the store, and we saw a couple of barrel bourbon picks. Batch 18, batch 19. Every single one they saw, it never failed. Is it Dickel? Is it Dickel? They're like so scared of Dickel they hate it. They just want to know that Dickel wasn't in there. They'd rather have the Mgp ones. It was pretty funny. Blind whiskey reviews, please don't say after milk again. Oh, Honey Bunches of Oats, that's a good call. That chat is in the 5th gear tonight. Yeah, it really is, man. You guys are bringing it tonight. We just have 103 in the chat, man. This is awesome. Yeah, I like B a lot. B has pretty much everything I look for in a bourbon or a blend or a whiskey. Sweet, covers the palate. It's fruity. It's got layers of flavor, and it leaves an awesome finish. All right. I think that's my leader in the clubhouse so far. All right, let's go to B here. I'm sorry, C. This is the other really good one. This was caramel apple. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the apple and caramel flavor I'm getting there is just insane. This also has a nice finish, but it's more of a lingering sweet finish. Good, a little bit of spice up front, some vanilla, a little bit of some wood tannin in there too. That you're getting some oak. Very, very well balanced there too. Yeah, between the two of these. Okay, let me go with the last one. Almost there, Robot Scott. Oh, Honey Nut Cheerios Honey Nut Cheerios is the fucking bomb. Yeah. Donner Pass Whiskey, one of the best sugary cereals they stopped making years ago. S'mores Crunch, golden grahams drizzled with chocolate and marshmallows. I don't think I ever had those. That sounds incredible. Bourbon Apprentice said, oh, what did he say? Where was that one? Oh, yeah. Best flavorless cereal, Kix. Crushed that shit dry by the handful like it was candy. Yeah, but Kix had like this secret sweetness there. It wasn't completely flavorless. There was like this little bit of a sweetness there. Kind of like Jephthah. It tastes like a basement, but there's a little sweetness there. But it's hard to find behind all the mothballs. All right, so this one, the last one, guys, D. Yeah, this one has more of a rye spice to it. Very good. Not as coating on the palate, but very delicious, very sweet. All right, I think I'm ready to rank these. All right, so... All right, how should we do this? All right, let's do... Here's the envelope, guys. So we're going to find out who is the winners in round 2. Let me open this one up. Sun Evening Scotch. Next up, Cereal Blendageddon. Yeah, I might have to do like a cereal whiskey pairing episode. That would be effing crazy. All right. Hey, Sipper Social Club's in the house. What's up, Jeremy? Thanks for coming in tonight. I appreciate it. All right, so here are the results right here. Let's see. Oh, wait, ADHD Fishing says Rice Krispie Treat cereal makes up about 65% of me. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think by the end of next week, I'm going to be filled with Frankenberry and Booberry. It's going to be pretty bad. So, all right. So, here we go, guys. It's time to rank these. Then stick around, because after I rank these, we're going to do one more giveaway and play a little Let's Make a Whiskey deal. So, let's find out who's moving on to the next round, guys. The first, well, let's go to fourth place. Fourth place, I'm actually going to give this to number 1 here, or letter A, whatever you want to call it. This one was just really, it was good up front, but then the finish was just all alcohol. It just seemed very, very high proof. Unfortunately, the proof was coming through more than the flavor, and that's what kind of nicked it for me. So let's find out who made this one. This is letter D, and that's Joseph Brazo. Oh, Joseph, I'm sorry, buddy. This one was really good up front, but this one came through with a lot of alcohol on the palate. But you know, a damn good blend. All 4 of these are really good. But this one, just on the finish, was just very drying and very alcohol forward for me on the palate. So that's why I ding this one for 4th place. Now third place, I'm probably going to give it to number 4 here, or letter D. Not because it's a bad blend, but because it just wasn't as flavorful and it wasn't as mouth coating as these two were. This one had a lot of great flavor, some oak, some rye spice, which I really love, but the flavors just didn't stick around as long as these two. So I had to kind of ding it a little bit for that. Joseph Brazo said, weird, only 117 proof. Well, we're going to find out what's in the blend because I'm curious what's in that blend, Joseph, because it really came through very, very hot, especially on the back end. Let's find out who the letter D was, and that is Scott Ayers, Robot Scott. You came in with the letter D. You almost made it, man. And his was named What If Willy Wonka Made a Bourbon? And that's a really great name. And it is. It's extremely sweet. And it's very delicious, but just the mouthfeel on it and the way it coated the palate, it just didn't match these two. So if Robot Scott, if you're like smashing stuff around your house, I'm sorry. He said he would be. He's in the kitchen smashing stuff. So that leaves ADHD Fishing and Dusty Dan moving on to the next round, but we'll see who moves on to the championship round. This one here, number 3. He wrote, no. Dran Man's calling Dusty Dan for the win. Let's see. So this one here is my second place. This one was almost as good as this one here. This one had a really good mouthfeel to it, a lot of spice. This was the caramel apple bomb that was just really fruity, stuck to the palate, great finish. Love this one. This one was brought to you by Dusty Dan, which means ADHD Fishing. Comes in with the winning blend. Holy crap. Congrats, ADHD Fishing. Good job, man. So Dusty Dan moves on to the consolation round, which means he'll still get a prize. And ADHD Fishing comes in to move on to the championship round. So congrats, guys. Awesome job. Thank you to all of you that submitted a blend. Let's find out what was in some of these blends. Unfortunately, I don't have Dusty Dan's blend. I do have Joseph Brazo's blend. So let's find out what's in this one because it was really interesting. He sent a little greeting card. Isn't that nice? All right, so his drink me was Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B518 and Elijah Craig 12-year from 1991, 117 proof total, 60% ECBP, 40% Elijah Craig 12-year. Man, that's bizarre. Yeah, that one just... I could taste the Elijah Craig in it because it does have that really nice balance of sugary sweetness. But the end was just very drying. It was just coming across very alcohol forward. So 60% ECBP B518 and 40% Elijah Craig 12-year from 1991. It's still an awesome blend. Just compared to the others, it was just the finish just wasn't there for me personally. But still a delicious blend, man. Great job, Joseph. Let's find out what was in Scott Ayers' blend. So Robot Scott. Let's see. He included... Is this his blend? Let's see. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong sheet. Actually, Scott, I don't have your blend. I thought I did, but I don't. Let me see. ADHD Fishing, you want to know the blend or... ADHD Fishing, yeah. Let me know what the blend was. Let everybody know what you blended together because I think it'd be pretty cool. I wish Dusty Dan was in here. All right, so we're waiting on that. Yeah. Oh, Robot Scott had Booker's 2018 4, which was the kitchen table, and the East. Oh, another one, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof B519, 28.5, and Rare Breed 28.5. That's great. I did say there was some rare. I think I did call it, there was some wild turkey in there. It was very cinnamon heavy. It's a damn good blend, Scott. It just wasn't as viscous and mouth coating as these two. It was really, really good. But yeah, I mean, all 4 of these blends. This was the first round I did was a little bit easier to pick out. The blend that Rebecca made was really easy to pick out. This was really tough because I mean these were separated by minute details here. Yeah, absolutely. So let's wait for ADHD Fishing's. And I'll post this in the description, guys, of the video afterwards, so you guys could. Oh, all right. So he did 60% ECBP A119, nice, and 40% Rebel Yell 100. That's really interesting. If you guys have those bottles, make that blend because that's crazy. Wow. Oh, Joseph Brazel said it's actually EC12 from 1997. I actually have a bottle of EC12. It's delicious. Yeah, Rebel Yell 100 in there. That's crazy. Yeah, everyone put Elijah Craig Barrel Proof in. That's amazing. I wish Dusty Dan was in. I want to know what he put in his. So, all right. So this one is ADHD. You're moving on. And C was Dusty Dan. All right. All right, guys. Well, congrats to the winners. Thank you to Joseph, Robot Scott, ADHD Fishing, and Dusty Dan for including these. We got 2 more rounds left before we get to the championships, guys. So we got a lot more going on. But before we go tonight, I'm having fun hanging out with you guys. I feel like I haven't got to spend a lot of time with you in the chat. Got 109 in the chat right now, guys. This is awesome. Thank you for hanging out. I feel like everyone's putting ECBP in their blend because they know that shit is so good. You could really, it's so good. Before we get to the next giveaway, I want to talk about a bottle that I got from the amazing Roy from Aquavite. And Roy, if you watch this replay, he gifted me this amazing bottle of scotch here. Let me hold it a little bit closer so you guys can see. It's a Murray McDavid. This is a 13-year-old Kalila. This was bottled in 1993. It's a 13-year-old Kalila single malt scotch. And then it was sitting in the bottle for another 13 years because I forgot what the story was, but they didn't sell it or they couldn't distribute it or something like that. And then after 13 years later, they finally did after they bottled it. And he actually got one. It's only 101 bottles. This is 42 of 101. And I have one of them. And I can't say enough to the generosity of Roy at Aquavite. You know, the whole whiskey sharing. And it's not whiskey until it's shared. He shared this bottle with me. And I cannot wait to open this. This is kind of be a special occasion one. I cannot wait to try it. But thank you so much, Roy, if you're ever watching this. All right. I need to submit a sample for the next Blendageddon just to blow Jason's mind. Eric, wait. Oh, challenge accepted. Master Roy's theory was that they weren't allowed to label it as Kalila, and they were fighting over that for years. You know what? I think you're right, Steve. I think that was the deal. So, yeah, they couldn't label it as Kalila, so it just sat in a bottle for 13 years. But the 13-year-old scotch that sat in a bottle for 13 years, and then he got some, and I have a bottle. So I cannot wait to try this stuff. Roy is freaking awesome. Oh, how's the Eleanor though? You know what? We're gonna finish tonight with the Eleanor. I'm gonna pop open one of the two chapters here just to try it with you guys. But before we do that, let's do another giveaway. Let's play Let's Make a Whiskey Deal. Here we go. Let me get set up here. Let me figure out what I'm gonna put in the box. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that to you. Let's see here. Okay. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, Whiskey Crusaders says it smells amazing. Roy sent one home with us. Oh, awesome, man. All right, here we go. Here comes the next bottle. Everyone take a look, and here we go. Guess the bottle. I'm going to wait it out while I get a bottle in the box here for you guys, whoever wants to try it. It is not Eleanor. Richie Z, Jason for a future blend again in a world blend category would be fantastic. Well, okay. That's a good one. That's actually good. Michter's, Makers. Nope. Dram Man Kentucky got it. Johnny Drum. He comes back and gets the Johnny Drum. There it is, everybody. Congrats to Dram Man Kentucky. He was the first one to get it on my chat. Congrats, buddy. All right, so Johnny Drum. Back to the main scene here. Johnny Drum, it is up to you. You can either get a pour of the Maker's Mark 101, or you could pick What's in the box? What's in the box? That's my best Brad Pitt impersonation. Whiskey Crusaders just says whiskey. Very good. Dram Man says, give me that Jephthah in the box. Well, lucky for you, it's not Jephthah. But in the box, I put the Michter's Toasted Sour Mash for you, buddy. I hope it's one you've never had. If you've had it, I might be able to swing something else for you, but let me know if you've had this one. Congrats, man. Dram Man, Kentucky gets the Michter's Sour Mash Toasted Barrel. Let me know if you if that's something you've had. If you have, we'll talk and I'll get you something else. But congrats. So you get the Michter's Toasted Sour Mash for picking the box. One of these days, the Jephthah will be in the box, so be careful for upcoming episodes, guys. Let's see. Well, you're a better speaker than Brad. Might need to work on the abs. Well, you're a better speaker than Brad. Who's Brad? Brad who? Says right on the label, it's the quintessential motorboat blend, Old Charter 2019, baby. All right, yeah. Dram Man wants the Toasted Sour Mash. Awesome. Let me write that one down real quick, buddy, so I don't forget. Dram Man, you get the Sour Mash. All right, guys, now before we go, stick around because I'm going to open up one of these Eleanor's. I'll leave it to you guys in the chat. Do we want to do Chapter 3 or Chapter 4? I'll give you the stats, and then you guys could pick because I haven't tried any of these yet. So, Chapter 3 is 114.6 proof and aged 37 months in New American Oak. 37 months, so pretty good age on it. And then we have Chapter 4, which is 114.3 proof, and this is aged also 37 months in New American Oak. So which one should I open, 3 or 4? Let me clean out my glass here. 3, let's say 4, 3, 3, 3, 3, 9.3, 3. All right, it looks like 3. I'm going to go 3. Steve A, go 3. It's a single barrel. Chapter 4 is a blend of 2. Okay, let's go 3. I'm going to try a single barrel. Let me just clean out my glass here. Put some water in it. Some friggin' water. All right. Hey, William Davilar with a super chat. Comes in with a $5. Says, congrats on the 5K, Jason. Thank you so much, William. And again, I can't say enough how great it was to meet you and your wife at the Bastards Ball. Had a great time hanging out with you. Cheers to William Davilar, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Very good. Forget about it. Thank you very much. All right. All right, so Chapter 3 was kind of the vote. So let's pour the Chapter 3 and see what we get here. Cracking open the Eleanor. Oh, Jesus, that was in tight. That's what she said. Sorry. Couldn't help it. All right, here we go. Dark Meat Chicken said both. Do a double bass quick review. Well, let's try the 3 here of the Eleanor. See what we get. Craig F., all that pizza got eaten except 2 pieces. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. Hot Buttery Rolls, man. He came in and brought friggin' like 25 pizzas for everybody. That was actually really good pizza for Texas pizza, I got to say. Yeah, people gobbled up that pizza like they had never eaten before. It was nuts. It was like that pizza was ravaged. It was crazy. All right, so this on the nose smells like MGP. Robot Scott, $5. It says, is it too late for a bribe? Thank you, Robot Scott. I appreciate that. It's a little too late for that, but Robot Scott, you know what? I met you and your girlfriend or your wife. I'm not sure if you guys were married. I'm sorry if that made that awkward, but thank you so much. Yeah, I'll get you something out for putting in a blend as well as Joseph Prezo. I really appreciate it, guys. All right. Is this from MGP? I think it is, because it definitely smells like it. It's got a good amount of caramel and spice on it. A lot of oak. Very sweet. It's got that Texas. It's got a little bit of that Texas funk to it. What does an MGP smell like? Yeah, it just, I don't know. MGP to me has a distinct smell. It's very rye forward to me. It's citrusy. It's got like a pine note to it. But this also, you kind of combine that with that Texas aging, that Texas funk to it. And it's really good. It's not overly done like some Texas whiskeys I've tried that have a little too much Texas funk. It's kind of like Iron Root where it has that really nice balance. All right, let's go for a sip. Here we go. Chapter 3. Oh, that's good. Whoa, I just got something really weird on the finish. Hold on, guys. What is that? There's something on the finish that is, I'm trying to figure out in my mind what that is, that flavor. It's actually delicious. This one doesn't do a lot for me on the front of the palate, but the finish is where it's at. Let me go for one more sip here. What the hell is that? It's still going. The finish on this lasts for days. This is a really nice dram. Keeps going and going and going. It's like this weird mixture of like licorice and molasses, but it's more on this like the cherry licorice side. Maybe it's Twizzlers that I'm tasting. That's crazy. Gym socks. Rex always says he gets gym socks on bourbon. It's definitely not gym socks. Oh, yes, Richie, you do. Just for the barbecue alone. Definitely. Yeah, cherry. We were talking about cereal earlier. Maybe it is like cereal. It's very, very fruity. There's a rye spice to it. It's got that Texas funk kind of wrapped around it. That's really interesting. It's really good. I'm actually, I say interesting like it's bad, but it's actually pretty good. Yeah, there's like a toasted marshmallow aspect to it. It's really good. I'm curious to see how this is going to go once it opens up. It's got like this fruity molasses cherry, but then the finish is kind of this sugary. Yeah, it's like that. We were talking about Fruit Loops and cereal all night. It has like a cereal finish to it. Definitely not gym socks. Jason Grezek, yeah, maybe a little bit of a bubblegum aspect too. Bubble tape. I think that's what it is. You know the powder that's on bubble tape? I think that's what I'm tasting here. Yeah. It is. It's very bubblegum and fruit. But again, around it, a little bit is that Texas funk to it. Really nice. Let's see. The Rock Candy Crystal Buttered Caramel Steve A. I'm getting all of the butter and the caramel on the front of the palate, but the finish is just all fruit and sugar and bubblegum and Fruity Pebbles. And It's actually really good. It's delicious, but again, it coats it with that Texas funk to it, that little bit of a dusty corn note, dusty caramel, and it's not in a bad way at all. It's actually a really interesting bourbon. I like that a lot. Should I try Chapter 4 next to it? What do you think? What the hell? Let's do it. It's 10:22. I haven't been on too long. We're an hour and 22 minutes in. Let's do a little Chapter 4 as well, and let's compare it. You guys twisted my arm. What can I say? Hey, Kilojolt's in the house. How you doing, Kilojolt? Whoa, that was nice. Jesus, that cork's tight. I'm not going to say it again. All right, let's compare it to Chapter 4 here. All right. Hot buttery roast. So that one was barely in Texas before being bottled. I know it wasn't in there that long, but you definitely could taste a little bit of that Texas funk to it. So if I'm comparing the noses here, this is Chapter 3, this is Chapter 4. Chapter 3 is way more fruit forward. Caramel, like Steve A mentioned, it's very buttery. Chapter 4 comes in, it smells, let's see, 114.3. It's weird because this is 0.3% higher proof than Chapter 4, but Chapter 4 is coming off more alcohol forward. Again, I just poured it. Let it open up a little bit here. Dark meat chicken. So it's MGP, cereal, toasted marshmallow, Twizzler, bubble tape, powder, Texas funk. Exactly. Yeah, Chapter 3 is a lot of butter. A lot like kind of like that like brown butter. Like when you kind of cook it down, it gets nice and brown. It almost gets a little bit of a nutty characteristic. But on the palate, it becomes very, very fruity and very sweet. Chapter 4 is pure vanilla extract, what I'm getting on the nose. Pure vanilla. This one does not smell like MGP. This one smells like just pure vanilla extract with some oak. This one I do not smell the Texas funk in it, whereas this one I do. Let's go for a sip of Chapter 4. Let's see. Yeah, Chapter 4 matches the nose. It's very vanilla, caramel heavy. Not too much going on in the finish. Compare to Chapter 3 real quick. I like the nose on Chapter 4 better, but I think Chapter 3 just brings more of an interesting flavor on the palate. It's sweet and fruity, like I said, marshmallow, some dark brown sugars. Then it gets to like that fruity pebbles characteristic. I like that a lot. This one is a little bit more straightforward. This one has a lot of vanilla to it. Yeah. 4 is very vanilla, caramel heavy. Some good rye spice in there too. But I think 3 is a little bit more interesting for me. I like what kind of 3 is evolving into. Very nice bourbon. Hi, Jason. Toss a drop of water. See what happens. Let's do it. The big new... okay, Steve. Yeah. All right. Let's see what we get here. I'm going to put a little bit of water in here. In both. See what happens. So yeah, it made Chapter 3 a little bit more bitter on the nose, unfortunately. It's definitely more fruit forward, but now you're getting that a little bit of that oak, that bitterness, which I don't like. Let's go for the first sip here. Yeah, it totally killed 3. 3 was way more interesting without water. Let's go for number 4. 4 got better with water. 4 got a little bit more interesting when you add a little water to it, open it up. That one, you start getting a little bit more, so you start getting a little bit more of that fruit characteristic in 4 here than it was before. It was a vanilla bomb at first, but now it's getting a little bit more interesting. So it's kind of weird. So neat, 3 I love better than 4, but with water, I like 4 better than 3. So kind of a crazy comparison. But both of them are really good, and I can't wait to kind of keep exploring these and see what happens as it works its way down. So, water, yes. All right, guys, we still have 94 watching. This is awesome. So I think that's it, guys. I think we're going to call the show tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. We were on for about an hour and a half. This was a lot of fun. Blendageddon II, round 2. Just finished up. Congrats to both ADHD Fishing and Dusty Dan for getting first and second place respectively. Also to Joseph Brazo and Scott Ayers for throwing in your blends. They were all delicious. They just, there was just 2 more that were a little bit more better in mouthfeel and finish. And that's really what was kind of the deciding factor. But let's give all of them a round of applause for putting in their blends. Absolutely delicious. Remember, this is just my palate, guys. If you put any of these 4 in front of anyone, any of them could be favorites for any person that you put in front of. That's how good they were. So I really appreciate it. Obviously, thank you for the support, for the super chats tonight. Again, for the support in passing 5,000 subs. Coming up soon, guys, is my next review, which will be the new Heaven Hill Bottled in Bond 7-year. So be on the lookout for that, guys, because that one is coming from me very soon. Derek Grajeda, great stuff as always. Cheers. Thank you, Grajeda. Derek Grajeda, I really appreciate that. Thanks for coming in tonight. Really appreciate it. Hope you guys really enjoyed the show tonight. I had a ton of fun hanging out with you. I will see you next week. Again, thank you for everything. And as I always say, it is not about the whiskey. It is the people you share it with. So take care. Get out there, open up some whiskey later or tomorrow or the next day. Share it with some family and friends. And I will see you next week. Take care, everybody. Take care.